After 3 months of use, here's who should buy the new AirPods Pro 3. So the first test I did on the AirPods Pro 3 was the noise cancellation. I cycle every day in Tokyo, and Tokyo can be quite a windy city. On the AirPods Pro 2, because of the long tips, when it is windy, you can always hear quite a loud noise. You cannot really mask it with transparency or noise cancellation. It's still very much noticeable. But with the AirPods Pro 3, what I noticed is that in transparency mode, it's pretty much the same. Although I don't use transparency much, but I did that just for the purpose of testing. I usually use the adaptive mode because I think it's very helpful when you're commuting on the street. But what the AirPods Pro 3 do a really good job of is masking all of the emergency vehicle sounds. Whether it's ambulance, police cars, that gets really toned down, yet you still have that spatial awareness when you ride a bicycle. When I have calls, and to go back to that comparison of the wind noise, I do switch on the noise cancellation. So when I do that, the noise from the wind is quite minimal. Noise cancellation on the airplane is very tight. You can watch a movie, listen to music very comfortably, and even if you don't listen to anything, just have the noise cancellation on. It does a really good job of masking the entire cabin noise, including the voices of people and occasional peaking sound of a baby crying, for example. That is, of course, audible, but not to a bothering extent. So I think in the noise cancellation department, they're definitely an excellent choice. Test number 2 I did with the AirPods Pro 3 is the call quality. And I'm going to play 2 kind of tests. So one was on a regular cell call over mobile network. The second test is over FaceTime audio call. Let's hear it.
So now I'm recording this call through the AirPods Pro 3, and there's no background noise. There's a little bit of background noise from the air conditioning coming from the back. Call is being recorded on the other phone. So let's see how these sound and how well you can hear me. And now I'm recording the call on the wired headphones. So ideally, these should sound better because the microphone is right next to my mouth. Let's see how they compare against the AirPods Pro 3.
And now I'm going to play a call over FaceTime audio. And now I'm using the AirPods Pro 3 and recording a call, but a FaceTime call, because the quality over the digital call should be much better in comparison to cell calls. And now I'm using the wired headphones to record a FaceTime audio call instead of cellular call. So ideally, these should sound better than the AirPods Pro 3. Well, let's hear how they fare. So I think the difference between wired and wireless quality over the AirPods Pro 3, I thought it would be a much further departure or a much better quality on the wired headphones, but it was not the case. I think the AirPods Pro 3 do a really excellent job, and I think in the 3rd generation now, they kind of have nailed it. At this point, we reached the gold standard of high quality phone calls using these kind of in-ear headphones. Another test, or rather observation, I wanted to share is the convenience of wearing these headphones for a very long time. So on the AirPods Pro 2, while I always had worn my own medium tip size, I still felt a bit tired after watching a 2-hour movie. So I definitely always wanted to take them off after a session. But after that long flight on Japan Airlines to Singapore, I have used and switched to AirPods Pro 3, and even after 2 hours of use, I noticed very little fatigue. I could go on for actually another movie, and I felt absolutely fine. I'm not sure what attributes to this convenience, to this comfort. Potentially the mixed foam-infused ear tips. I think the AirPods Pro 3 in regards to comfort rate much better than AirPods Pro 2. I have also tested device switching between your iPhone and Mac is quite seamless. If you hit play on your Mac, your AirPods Pro 3 will seamlessly switch from that audio source of the phone to your Mac, which makes it extremely convenient, and I think that's actually very useful. Something else I discovered while testing the AirPods Pro 3, which annoyed me a little bit, is the disappearance of dedicated pairing mode button. So here on the AirPods Pro 2, you will see that there is a small circular button that helps you to enter the AirPods into pairing mode manually, and this button doesn't exist anymore on the AirPods Pro 3, but instead what you have to do is when you open the lid, the LED light goes on, and then you double tap on the LED light, and then you'll enter it into pairing mode. Another thing I noticed that was quite serendipitous is on one of the days I was commuting on my bicycle to work, and I put the AirPods Pro 3 on. I decided to take a selfie video, then I played that video back. I was positively surprised how good the audio quality was, even with all of the surroundings. So unfortunately, I cannot play back that video, but I decided to take a separate audio quality test using the AirPods Pro 3 on my iPhone 16 Pro, and then I switched to Hollyland Lark, and now you'll hear this audio comparison. Okay, so now we're testing AirPods Pro 3. This is an outdoor environment in a residential area in Tokyo, so you hear a little bit of wind noise, you hear some ambient noise from the street. So let's compare them with a dedicated microphone designed for content creators using an iPhone. Okay, and now we're using the Hollyland Lark A1. So these are dedicated microphones for audio recording for iPhone content creators, and there's another receiver piece that plugs right into the iPhone through USB Type-C. So let me know how these sound in comparison to AirPods Pro 3. Now I'm recording sound with Rode Lavalier mic. It's a wired mic plugged directly into the iPhone. So in practice, they should sound the best. The quality between the two is quite comparable. Sure, the dedicated Hollyland microphone is better, but I think this is perfectly a usable tool for vlogging using their iPhone. A brand new feature of the AirPods Pro 3 is the built-in heart rate sensor. So if you have an Apple Watch and going to a workout, when you plug these in, the workout app is going to read your heart rate from both devices at the same time to give you a more accurate reading. So here's my final verdict. If you're coming from the older AirPods Pro 1 generation or just AirPods, then the upgrade is a no-brainer. Even on Android, they're excellent. But if you're coming from AirPods Pro 2 generation, then the upgrade can be a little bit arguable. These are still very good. The even live translation that I did not talk much about work quite well with these because they're tied to your iPhone Pro or iPhone 17. So this is 16 Pro. It would not work on iPhone 16, but does on iPhone 16 Pro and 17. And the live translation is not bad. It's not bad at all. And they would still work with AirPods Pro 2. The audio quality is, for me, better. And I think it's also partly because of the foam-infused ear tips. So they're a mix between silicone and foam, therefore they provide for a better seal. And with AirPods Pro 2, they're not as tight and they do give you a little bit more fatigue. So I think for those looking for very specific reasons for upgrade, they're there. And I bought this with my own money. I don't regret it. I think they're excellent and the battery life also rocks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.